Lianne Booth is Strategic Projects Director in the Achievement Awards Group. Amongst her other duties, Lianne is the administrator for the Achievement Awards Group in-house program called Achieve. This is AAGroup's recognition and incentive program that uses the bountiXP platform. The program was recognized by the Recognition Professionals Institute in the US and was awarded their Pinnacle Award. It was also recognized as Best In-House Program by the UK's Incentive Awards Program in 2022. Lianne, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ashley.
Can you give us some background towards the development of Achieve?
I would say in 2021, after the pandemic, when we came back to work, or we tried to get staff to come back to work, there were probably four main areas that we noticed. One was staff morale was low. We had recently done an employee engagement survey and the results were lower than what we had seen before. We had a process of where we were designing a new digibook for staff on the total rewards model, and we noticed that the area on recognition and reward could be buffed up, and we needed to do something more for staff, and business performance was not where we wanted it to be. And this gave us an opportunity to present EXCO with a business case for why we needed an employee recognition program, and the Achieve program was the result.
Can you share some of those steps towards the successful implementation?
The first thing that we did is we needed to make sure that we aligned both the culture and the strategy and looked at our alignment model, and the Achieve program focused on both rewarding staff for living the values as well as recognition for achieving our strategic goals. We follow in Achievement Awards Group a 9-box framework, and this gives us a structured approach where we actually look at all the 9 different elements to build a successful program.
So if I wanted to thank or recognize one of my employees or staff members, I would simply pick up my phone, go to my computer, open up the app and send them a recognition.
As long as the person you want to recognize is on the program, you can send them a thank you, which is just you select them, you send them the message and you push post. Or you can send a recognition which goes to their manager, and their manager gets to approve it. But it is as simple as actually doing it on your phone, which means you can do it on the spot. And the nice thing is you can add an image that then gets posted with your comment or with your thanks or your recognition on the timeline. And I find this is a great way to know what's going on in the business, because you actually read the timeline and you can see what's happening.
When did you decide to enter into the RPI Best Practice Awards?
It was Jeff, who is a member of the RPI, and he received an email from them calling for submissions. And what happened was he sent it to us, or he sent it to me, and I parked it. I thought there's no way. And it was sitting in my inbox flagged for about 2 months, I think. And then when I came back to work in the January, I thought, let's look at it, let's see what's involved. And we went through together with Gordon and we had a look and we thought we can actually do this. And we're going to enter all 7 standards. So we divided the work up between 3 of us. We submitted in all 7 standards, not thinking that we would actually win the Pinnacle Award. We were hoping for at least 1 of the submissions. So it was really great when we got the email saying we'd won the Pinnacle Award, which meant we had actually achieved all 7 of their recognition standards.
But you also traveled to the US to receive a personal award. Can you share that experience, what it was like for you, and what does that mean for Achievement Awards Group?
For me, it was an honor to be able to stand up there on stage with all the other recognition practitioners, knowing that we in South Africa are as competent as the rest of the world are in recognition.
What challenges did you face with the implementation of Achieve, and how did you overcome those challenges?
We know that everyone wants to feel valued and recognized, and it was finding a way to do this, not seeing them, and making sure that the managers bought into the idea that they needed to put in that extra effort to actually recognize their staff who were at home. I think another challenge was making sure that the platform was not seen as the total end-to-end solution, that the program, together with the communication strategy, the IT strategy, and all the different boxes from the 9 systems framework working together, that is the solution. And that was something that we had to work through, and I think we've got a nice cadence now, and we have an Achieve program each and every year, which I think is awesome.
And lastly, what advice would you give a company looking to deploy their own recognition program?
My advice would be to outsource it if it's not your main source of business. There are a lot of papers, there are a lot of books about why recognition programs fail. And I think a badly implemented recognition program is probably worse than not having a recognition program. Find that company who can do it for you, where that is their core business, where they understand what needs to be put in place to make that program a success.
Well, Lianne, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.